afternoon, everybody. How's it going? Here we are again, Friday. My goodness me, they come around. Oh, where are we at today then? Tile number 120. Now, of course, next week it's quite a special week because it's 12 months. No, week after. 12 months since we did our first tile. What are we on today? 12th March. It's been a while, and I'm not going to say it, but I was only going to do 12. So 120 later, I think we're doing all right, aren't we? Okay, so a couple of Bronzeal brush pens, and I literally used, I've got my bag here, I can show you actually in a second. I actually used just a clear bag, and I just literally with my pen just rubbed some ink over it, used a spritzer, spritzed it out, and then just literally dunked my tile into that ink. And then, of course, as you can see here, I just threw a little bit of salt on it, and then I've just let it dry naturally, hence it's a little bit curly there, but it's okay because it bends back. So that's all good. So, okay, there we go. So you can see it's got these lovely little sort of dinks in and things, and that's the kind of effect I want today. So shall we see what we're going to do then? Okay. I've got my pens. I've got an 01. See, I'm still working. These are just lovely. My 01, I've got an 05 as well. And I've got a pencil and a tortillon. I might use a white pen. It depends on how it works with this particular tile. But we'll just see where we're going with that one. Okay. Oh, is it, Sue? Is it a bit crazy? I think, to be honest, we've had a bit of everything here today, so it's pretty much the same everywhere, isn't it? Oh, is it 12 months since Bailey? Oh, bless. Bailey's adorable. He's like my Leah was, nice and sort of little. Okay, I'm coming in then with my pencil, and I'm just adding 4 dots. 1 in each corner. Now we're not right in the corner, and it depends where you want to put these. Just down the side there, and then I'm just going to bring ever so gently my pencil line, mostly joining one to the other. There we go. Turning it round and down again. Here we go. I notice as well that some of you have been receiving your tile swaps. That's good news. It's been quite a stressful journey, hasn't it, tile 2? But I think we've learnt a lot from it. And tile 3 will be better, I'm sure. Mostly because we're going to send it to a different address. But here we go. All right. We'll worry about that in a little while. Okay. Oh, hello from New York. We're all over the place today. It's great, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to come in with my pen, and it depends now. I'm going to just have a quick look at my tile as to where I want things to go. Some really, really nice sort of designs, isn't there? So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with it this way. Oh, another USA. Hello. And Bob, Canada. Hello. Yours is on its way. I know we did sort of post yours, I think the day after, because we had to go to the post office with it, but it'll be on its way. All right, so I'm in with my pen then, and the first thing I want to do, I'm going to start in one of the corners. I'm going to be working it sort of diagonally, sort of like so. So here we go. I'm going to start with let's say sort of a bubble. Let's just take a deep breath with this and just relax. Okay, there's nothing else matters now. It doesn't matter whether it's raining, the sun's shining, nothing. Let's just focus on what we're doing now. Oh, hey Richard and Lisa. There we go. You can see there, it's quite a large sort of letter C. There we go. Okay. And there. Oh, Christine, yeah. I'm just going to do an aura inside that letter C. Okay. Deep breath. There we are. Okay. All right. Oh, Bev. I know. Next one will be better, it will. We have these sort of little slight issues. I don't know if Yvonne Neal is watching today, but I received her tile. So I put it on Facebook yesterday. I have put it in into the new frame that's coming next week. So, okay. Next bit then. So you can see how sort of big that is. Oh, Chris, deep breath then. Come on, deep breath. Things will get better. All right, we're ready? I'm going to aim for sort of about here. I don't want to sort of touch the sides just yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down and around and down. So I've got a little bit of a wave going on there. Okay. Come on, Chris, we're all there with you. Okay, and then I'm going to do another one from here, but I'm going to cross over. And then I'm going to cross over there. And then I'm also going to cross over here to there. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go a little bit larger now. Where we are. Okay, so let's focus on this top bit here. I'm just going to add a little line. So I'm going to go from there, but I'm going to bring it to nothing there. And the same here. Bring it to nothing there. Okay. And then similar sort of thing here. I'm just going to bring this in and down. There we go. Oh, I'm ever so pleased with how this tile's worked out. You know, sometimes it does surprise you, doesn't it? And you think, okay, it'll be fine, but you're never quite sure, you never quite know. But it's all good. Okay, I've got those little sort of curves. So yeah, I'm just gonna sort of add a little sort of point to that one almost, just so it joins. And then the same here. There we go. Just joining that. Okay. All right. So I think inside this, I'm gonna create a little grid here. There we go. It seems almost a shame to lose some of the background on this tile, but we need to do a little bit of something on there. So my grid's diagonal along that space. There we are. And a little one there. And I'm going to do the same here. There we go. Just filling in that gap. There we are. Let's turn it round. And what a week, eh? What a week we've all had. Right, can only get better. Okay, this one. So down here and along. Do you know, no snowman, no ice. No. Okay. So I'm just going to, again, come in a little bit larger. Now, you will know this particular tangle by now. But I think instead of doing a square or a diamond today, I'm just going to add a little dot where each of those lines join together. I'll just get a little one on the end there, okay? And just maybe one there. And I'm just going to work my way down. And again, just little dots wherever those lines may cross. That way we get a nice tangle in there, but we've still got some of that lovely background showing through. There we go. It's amazing, isn't it, what a little bit of ink and water can do. And how that salt throws it. Oh, Tracy, come on, deep breath. You've got this, girl. Come on. We all have them days, we do, and it's okay. Just live through it. You know, just think in the next hour, it'll be better. All right. You might feel bad now, but it's not going to be like that forever. Come on. Okay, let's have a look at this then from a bit of a distance. Lizzie, no, no sheep. Okay, all right, so we've got this sort of weird kind of thing coming all down and around there. Okay, so let's go back to the top here, and I'm just going to follow this original line from here, and I'm just going to pull it and bring it out as a bit of a wave, and then I'm just going to pull it round and bring it back in on itself. Okay, there we are. So it's got a bit of a tentacle, I would say, maybe. There we go. All right. So I'm going to bring in my thicker pen at this point, because I think what I'm going to do with this is just sort of fill it in, because there's other things I want to do and I don't want to have to worry about going underneath this one. So there we go. See, that's a 0.5 I'm using there. It makes short work of it, doesn't it? Okay. So let's do another. So I'm going to have one coming off here, look, and round, and let's just overlap that one there. Okay. And then of course I'm going to go back this way this time, round it off at that bottom edge, and then here we go, round, there we go, and then let's just, yeah. Do you know, if you want to do sheep, the swirls work brilliantly for sheep. I've done one before, and they look quite cool with that, but no sheep today. Maybe a few zingers, but no sheep. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it around. Look at that. Love this bit. I think I've got to do something with that. Sometimes, you know, because you don't really know what you're gonna get, it's nice to sort of look at these things and think what you're gonna do with it as and when. It's a really nice little bit. So let's see how it pans out. All right, there's another one. Okay, let's have a look now. And oh, sorry, I'm just a quick reader. I'm missing all these messages. They sort of stopped. All right, so I'm going to do another one in there. So I've got two either side. I'm going to go ahead and fill them in just like I did with the others. But I just wanted to draw them first. Okay, here we are. A little bit of drama there, isn't it? A little bit of a silhouette-y kind of thing going on with my tentacles there. All right. So just getting up to the top end there. Same with this one. Now, of course, you don't have to use black, as you know. You could go in and use a different colour. Or even maybe this would look quite cool with a black tile. You could, you know, or a darker colour. You could still ink around the edges and things. Okay, let's have a look at this. There it is. Okay, so a couple of other bits then. Let's just have a bit of a wave. I'm going to bring it from here, and I'm going to bring it up and down. I'm going to go underneath this one here, and then over, and then under, and then over. So I've got this bit of a wave going around, and let's just add in some little bubbles on that. Now, don't think about trying to keep them all the same size. That's fine. Just add some in. Keep them, you know, keep them different on purpose. It's fine. There we go. See, that one's going over the top of that one. So make a big thing of that being over the top. There we are. Oop, fill that one in. Missed a bit there. All right, and here we go. Just keep it going all the way down. See, that's over the top there. And a few more, and I'm just going to finish one off on the end. Okay. Oh. Can we go for a fish? Oh, I like. Okay. So I might come and put some more of those in, but I think just one for now. So I want to just see where it's sort of headed. So here we go then. I'm going to start sort of in this area here. I'm not going to be in this one anymore. I'm coming out from here, and I'm going to create a bit of a curve, just as before, and then another curve joining it. Okay, and then from the end there, let's just add in some lines. See, I'm following the curve that way, and then I'm going to follow the curve that way, so they sort of meet in the middle. Okay, like You see how it's quite elongated at this top end? I quite like that too. So let's do another one. See, curl. And then maybe one from here. Let's have that curve, and let's just make sure that that bit's elongated there. Now notice it's quite fine, isn't it? But here it's a lot heavier. And that's because we continue that line each time from that point. So each time it's just going to get a little bit heavier as we work our way down. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to pull that out a bit so you can see now where that's headed. Okay, so I'm going to bring another one here. Just going to join there. See, and then another, just elongate that bit. Oh, Debbie, I know. I like to be different. So it becomes a bit of a challenge for me now too, because of course every single one that we've done, yeah, we've got similar tangles on and things, but it's all about trying to just be a little bit creative, isn't it? Okay, here we are then. So same sort of thing from that top, working my way down. Now of course I don't suppose that I need to mention that if you have inked your tile, don't try and draw over it while it's still wet, because it won't work. Or you'll get a bit of a splodge, and we don't want that. So do make sure your tile's dry. Okay, or maybe do it on a plain one and ink one for later. There we go. Alright, oh, look at that. Okay, I'm going to have one coming out here. These look like little sort of things too, don't they? Loving them. Let's just elongate those a little bit more. That's it. Do what I'm telling everybody else, not just make it up as I go along. All right, there you go. Ooh, join that. Okay, so I'm going to bring one in here. Just going to follow that. So I'm not trying to copy what's going on the other side. It's all about just focus on this one and see where it takes you. You don't want to try and repeat things all the time. Okay, let's put one in here. There we go. Elongate. There you go. Join it, and then let's go back down. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's have a look now. I'm gonna work on one side first. There we are, so we can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just bring out, I've still got a little bit here. I'm gonna bring out a line and turn it into a bubble on the end. Let's just reinforce that bubble. Okay, and then I'm gonna aura around. Again, look. Just following the curve of that line, just that, going all the way back down as far as I can, okay? And then that's aura again. So round we go, following that line, and down, okay? Oh, Chris, yeah, could be. We've had talk of monsters and aliens today, and sea life. I suppose because the background's blue, it looks a bit sea life, doesn't it? There we go. Maybe I was inspired by one of the tiles. There was a few actually sea-themed tiles in the swap, so maybe that's where it's come from. There we go. And let's do another aura. You know, sometimes when you're doing these, you might find that you're pressing on a little bit harder, or you're holding your pen a little bit harder than you would normally. Just be aware of that and just sort of ease off a little bit if you need to. Don't stress with it. There we go. We'll put one in here. Sometimes you forget, you get so engrossed in what you're doing and you just don't realise that suddenly your grips become a lot tighter. You don't want that. You just want to let the pen do the work. Who's stalking Chris? No. It's that tile stash you've got, Chris. That's what it is. Yeah, everybody's wanting to know how many you've got, I think. Here we go. Okay. See, I'm just completing them auras. If they're not the same size, it doesn't matter. It's just about completing an aura. Alright, let's have a look then. Alright, so we've got these lovely little curls coming off there, haven't we? Like that. We'll put some on the other side. So I've got here, look, I've got quite a space there. I'm just going to sort of bring it in and around there. There we go. And then, of course, that one's going to go underneath things. So it's just about following through and imagining that that shape's going to be underneath there. Yeah, that's another one there. So you've got another one. And then let's have another along, because it's going underneath again. And then around and in that space there. And then let's go back around. Completely different this, isn't it, from Wednesday's tile? Okay, how far away can it be? But I have seen some on Facebook actually, they're really good. You do have to watch that perspective though, don't you? Sort of watching them get smaller as you go further up. That was an interesting one, that. There we go. So, just following it round, see how looks better that way. And let's do another. Alright, there we are, into there. Okay, so far so good. It's looking alright, that. Okay, just need to, I think, address this top section for a moment. Let's have a look here. Okay, so where we've got this sort of space here, I'm just going to bring in my pencil. I mean, we could fill it with black, but if we do that, we're going to lose these lovely sort of little shapes here. And then, of course, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to sort of fill it, you know, just at those sides, just with pencil. There you go. I don't normally go and do that right now, but I think it just needs it for a minute. There you go. I can focus then on the rest of it. Okay, not even going to shade it at the minute. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Oh, wrong way. There we are. Okay, so back to my pen. And let's have a look. Now, I'm going to do a tangle that we've done it quite a bit. We use it quite a lot. But I'm just going to change the sort of proportions of it a little bit. Here we go. I'm going to go bigger. You're going to be up and down quicker than anything. There you go. See, it's quite long. 2 lines there together. And then I'm just putting this little line on here. And then I'm going to come from here and I'm going to create quite a long length and a little curl on the end. Quite long. I'm just going to follow that curl. Okay. And then here we go. Same on here. So quite a long sort of stem. Like curling. And then quite long, so it's even going to go out my border. The same that way. There we are. Okay. And to this one, I'm going to add a few more of these in now. See, that's going to go quite down there, quite long and narrow. There we go. Okay, so see that? Okay, so let's bring a few more of those in. So, bringing it down, and a little curl on the end. There we go. Let's have one here. There we go. A little curve there, and down and long. There we go. Same again. Alright. I'm going to have one just sort of sneak in there as though it's sort of, there you go. Just underneath. That's it. Okay. So let's add a few of these this side as well. And along a little bit of a curl. Of course your curl might go the other way. It's just that being left-handed, I suppose it feels more natural to go that way. But you can do it whichever way you like. Or if you want to do curls on both sides, you can. This is just a variation. Okay. Oh, Chris, I understand where you're coming from there. I'm terrible for taking pills and things. Even if they're there in front of me, I'm really bad. There we go. But my last conversation with my doctor after my op the other year, she did say, "Look, Sandra, you do have to take these." I had rather a low estrogen level last week. Oh. Yeah, angel wings. Didn't we do an angel wing tile? We did. But I do listen to what you say, and I am thinking about some elements, but leave it with me. I think what I don't want to do is just give you a shape that you just fill in, because that would just be a little bit boring, and it sort of goes against my ethos of where my tangling goes. I want you to be the creator, not just sort of follow what I'm doing. I love seeing the fact that you're getting really creative and you do your own things, and I'm just the facilitator. I just give you a little bit of structure, and then it's all about you, see. So I have to be aware that that's the kind of thing. Flower of life. Oh, Chris. Flowers. There is, there is a flower stand for me. Did I say that? But not Tuesday. Okay. So I've got a few spaces lying around. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to add in a larger bubble. See? And then I'm going to go a bit larger just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to add an aura, but not all the way around, just sort of a little bit around. See? Like a huge smile. Okay. Oh, it's an easy way of doing ribbons, Joe. There is, yeah. It depends on how long or whatever you want to do. If you look at book 2 or one of the tiles, that would be tiles 13 to 24. There is a ribbon in that particular group, so you can have a look at the video, or say if you've got the book, it's in there. Right, see a larger sort of bubble there. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let's see where that's headed. I'm going to do another smaller one here. I think I am going to need my white pen. There we are. Okay, so let's add one here next. You see, I'm not going tiny, but oh, Chris, you need to show us your board then. You can't be showing off and everything and then not showing. There we go. Alright. Just adding in these bubbles and a little bit of an aura, see? Just like that. I don't want to do too much because I really quite like this pattern here. Let's do another one there. There we go. Alright. There we go. Oh, who asked then about all the rules? No, there are no rules. I was going to do my border, but I think before I do that, we started off, we've got this curved line with these bubbles on. I think I'm going to do a couple more of those first. There we go. Just have a couple sort of kicking off. But now, if you want to do curves and then you want to do a straight line, like we did the grid inside the original bit, then you go ahead and do that. There's no rules at all, apart from, I suppose, just enjoy it, just don't stress over it. If you look at it and think, do you know what, not so good today, then find one thing, just one thing that you like about it. Even if it's just the border. And that will really help. And then put it to one side and then leave it and maybe come back to it another day. There's no right or wrong. And of course, you might find, and I know a few of you in the past, you know, if one of the tiles are a bit of a challenge and you think, oh my goodness me, I don't know what I'm doing here, then substitute it for something, you know, or have a go, or come back to it a little bit later. It's whatever you want to do. I'm just bringing another one in off of that one there. So you can add as many or as little of these as you want. Okay, I think I'm going to just bring one out just up and around past this border line there. There we go. Really pleased with how the inking of the background's gone there. All right. Oh, do you spray just the same with hairspray as we do? Hang on tiles. Now, if you're going to use your board when you've coloured on it, and you're going to use it a lot like I do, you need a little bit more than hairspray because that'll come off. You need a varnish, so whether it's a spray varnish, which I use, or whether it's a traditional varnish you put on with a brush, it does need that particular one, because you imagine how many times you put a tile on it and you're turning it and you're leaning on it, it's going to sort of eventually come off. It won't rub off completely, but you will sort of lose the vibrance of it. I think with this board, I mean this one I used a lot. It's good 12 months if more, and it's well in there, but on occasion I will actually add another coat of varnish. So yeah, that's what I would do. A bit of a spray varnish works brilliantly. If you actually click onto Amazon and type in spray and shine or spray varnish, you'll get some that come up. Okay, so let's have a look now. Pencil. I'm going to come in with my pencil. I'm going to go a little bit larger. I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to come back in with a white pen. So if you've got a white pen handy, that'd be great. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to add a little bit of pencil on either side of that particular design there. And the same on here. Okay, just either side. All right, it's almost like I've drawn around the outline, haven't I really? And the same here. Okay, and I think what we'll do today, we're going to do pencil tortillon and pencil tortillon as we go. So here we go, tortillon. Now I did say actually, didn't I, that I was going to show you how to sharpen these. I do apologise. I haven't got a file with me. There we go. See, but so I'm just softening the edge on one side and softening the edge of the other. There we are, just around. So I've got this sort of lightness in the centre. So same again. Now it's quite a small area, so you don't want to overdo it because we want to keep that light centre there. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to add some here, just on that side. And that side. Now you'll notice here that you can still see a little bit of the sort of nothingness there. So because I haven't filled that up, I'm going to just come around and fill that. See? And I'm just going to black that in. All right. Okay, and there we go. Yeah, it's lovely to see people's boards. They're very personal, aren't they? Because it's your inspiration on the, that you're working on all the time. It's nice to have. Then if you are sort of at a bit of a loss one day and you think, I don't really know what to do, look at your board. Okay, with these sort of leafy shapes, I'm just doing top and bottom. See there, I can't really see much at the bottom, so I'm just going to put a little bit in there, and then I'm going to focus my efforts there. And then there you go, just spotted another one there, a little bit around there. So before I go to the next side, I'm just going to, again, I'm just softening off that pencil. Just working, see, I'm not going right to the top, I'm just working sort of in zigzags here, you know, where the pencil touches the paper. There we go. Same with this one. And there. So that you've got that highlight in the centre. Okay. And there, let's see a little bit there. Not done too much because it's underneath, isn't it? Okay, let's do this side then. So a bit of pencil there and a bit there. And then of course we've got one sneaking in there, look. And of course the larger ones are at the top end. There we go. And a little bit there, and a little bit there. See, I'm pressing on a little bit more there because it's a bit darker. Oh, nearly missed one. There we go. And a little bit there. Okay. So it's just clean there. There we go. See, some of them they're going to look slightly different because, of course, you've got that colour underneath. And it's nice not to lose all of that, but you still need some dark and light. You still need some shadows. There we go. See, I might come back and do a bit of white on there, but let's see in a little bit. We'll have a look at it when we've done all the shading. Okay. So on to the next little section. So here I'm just going to add a little bit of pencil there. You see where it sort of crosses around. See a little bit on there as well, on that one. Okay, and then I'm just going to add that little sort of tiny little like a smirk. There we go, one side. And then of course back in with the torchlight, I'm just going to soften that around a little, and then same with this. So I'm not trying to colour the whole thing in, I'm just softening that edge, just so it's got a little bit of dark going into that lightness. There we go. Okay. And into the next little one. So I guess same again like there, as that little smirk. And just give that a little bit. There we go. Okay, just again, just very gentle. Just enjoy it coming together. Okay. Oh, thank you, Bridget. Yeah, we do quite a few organic ones. I know, I'm quite aware of that. I see this bit was part of here, so I'm just going to add a little bit to that bottom edge. So I'm just going to add a little bit to that top edge of each stem as well. See, just a little bit around the side there. You don't have to do the same side as me, or if you want to, you can mix them. You don't have to try and keep them all the same. So I'm going to put a bit that side. Alright, missed one there. And just a little bit at the top. Being that stem's a little bit longer than the usual, it's nice just to give it a little bit of something to get it going there. There we go. See, this one's underneath, so I'm going to put a little bit either side there. And heel it, that one's underneath there. Okay. Oh, Lindsay, do you know, I think just keep at it. Honestly, just keep at it. Or if you think not really sure, then, you know, certainly with things like these little leaves, why not form a grid, you know, just in pencil in the background, and then actually draw them within each of the little squares on your grid, or you can make them rectangles just to elongate them a bit. You know, use the grid to help you, but do it really lightly so you can sort of rub it out after. I mean, they don't have to be higgledy-piggledy like this. They could be a little like army of little leaf shapes. You know, you do your thing with it. Don't struggle and stress over it. You do your thing. Okay. Oh. Okay, so far not too bad at all. We've got to address now these little bubbles here. Okay, so let's just pull that in a bit and bring this in. So I'm coming back with the pencil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add just around that line that I started with. See, it's quite heavy there. Same with this. Okay. Now these work really well with really pastel-y pale colour. The chalky pastels, because you can soften them off and things. This will do just as good a job for today. All our colours in the background. Okay, so I'm just sort of softening that pencil off, but you see I'm not wanting it to travel particularly. There we go. Oh, let's just soften that bit. So it's just a little. So just ever so gentle. Just sort of swirl it round. You're just softening the edge, but you're not asking it to sort of move across the page or anything. See, there we go. Okay, another one. A really small swirls. There we go. Okay. All right, so. Oh, is that what it is, Chris? So it is, yeah, it is about sort of that little bit of control on those, isn't it? Like you could come back in with a rubber after, but it's nice to sort of go with it, isn't it? Okay, so I'm coming back with a pen. Now, if we go back to this very first shape we did here, I'm just going to come back in and I'm just going to redefine those edges. As we've said before, when you start putting a lot of shading in, and then you've got a lot of designs going over the top and so forth, then it's a bit tricky, and sometimes you'll lose some of the elements, and you might want to lose some of the elements, depending on how well you think it's gone, of course. But it's nice to pick out those little bits just to come back and re-establish. There we go. Just working it down. There we go. See, I'm just adding that line either side, that little white line, just to sort of keep that in here. And then, of course, it's a decision, isn't it? I'm not going to cut all of these in, but I'm going to just add a little bit of a weight to those lines just at that bottom edge. See, I'm just going over those lines that we created just at the bottom there. You see how it's looking a little bit different now by doing that. There we go, just bottom edge, just on each one. So you see, I'm not even going all the way up. And if you miss the line a little bit, that's fine. Okay, just gives it that little bit of extra texture. There we are, see, to there. And then this one here, there we go. Just little bits. Okay, so let's just re-establish again this little line here. There we go. So you notice again, I didn't go all the way around. I've just sort of gone around this bottom edge. Okay. And then I think just to reinforce, which we did anyway, we went around these little bubbles a little bit heavy because we did, went around it 2 or 3 times, but it's just so nice to bring that back out a little bit. And same with these. There we go. All right. Oh, yeah, done that one in there. Did I do that one or I missed it? I'll do that one again. Okay. All right then. So white pen. And if you haven't got a white pen, doesn't matter. You could use a white pencil. You could even use a rubber or a different colour for this. I think it's just nice to have a little bit of a highlight. So here we go. I've got my gel pen. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just add a little bit of it across that top section there. You see, just to give that bit highlight. Now I can get away with it because I actually got a coloured background, and that's where it sort of starts to work quite well. So sort of halfway down on these little lines here, look, I can bring a little bit of white in there. Oh, it's doing this bit of spin. And see a little bit there. See, I've not done the whole thing because it's nice to have that bit of colour, but it just brings that highlight in, doesn't it? Just a touch. And then let's go a bit larger on these little bubbles. Here we go. So I'm just going to add just a little bit, just opposite where I'll put that little sort of shady smirk. All right. Now, of course, you do that and you go to the other side. Just be careful because it takes a little while for it to dry and you don't want to be smudging it. Okay. So let's come to our little sort of bubbles. And I'm going to do now, let's go a little bit larger so you can see. I'm just going to choose a side, it doesn't matter where. I'm going to choose this bit because it's got a bit of darkness. Just going to draw a little line and then make it into a little cross, and then do a little line that side, a little line that side. So it's got a little bit of a star at the side of it. Okay. All right, let's find another one. So same again. Now you can do them in different places if you want to. A bit of a line, cross, cross, and cross. Okay, same with this one. There we are. So of course you want to be a little bit smaller with the little one. See here, it might just be a little cross. Just gives it a little bit of a lightness. Let's move to the other side. Here we go. So just a little cross. There we go. You see, notice I'm sort of dabbing it a little bit as I go. Depends on your gel pen. And I want to make sure that I don't have to come back and do another line. So see that oddly, just a little dab. Oh, sorry, no, I was out of shot then. There we go. Okay. All right, let's have a look at that. Oh, Dee, that's great. I know. Okay. Oh, hang on. There we go. So, that, in a sense, let's have a look. Is there anything else that we need to do? A couple of bits, I think. All right, you can go in and you can add more. But I think what I'm going to do is, I think where I've got these crossing over each other, they still need a little bit of definition. So you see where this one is underneath this one? I'm just going to put some more pencil there. See? And then if I just soften it out a little bit with that tortillon, see, that's better because now it looks like it's going underneath. So let's just have a check, see if there are any more. This one, not so worried because it's under there, so that's okay. It's more about, you know, if they're crossing each other. So there you go, look, see, there's one there. Okay, I'll just soften that one. And then, of course, you see this one here? It's going underneath this one. So let's just add some there. So I know it's already got some, but it's just nice to sort of say, look at me, I'm underneath. Okay. So let's have a look. Anything else? See, we've got one here. So I'm just actually going to go along that line a little bit. I know I already reinforced it with a bit of black pen, but let's just make it happen. You see how that white stands out a bit more now, and we've got that shadow going on there. Okay. Now, of course, we could come in and we could use different colour pencils with this if we wanted to. We could add a little bit of, add a bit of, I've got a gold pen with me. I'm just going to add a couple of little bubbles in, I think. Just needs that little bit of a shine. Look at that. It's a really juicy gold pen as well, this, so I better be careful not to smudge that. You see, just adding the odd bubble in there. Just going to add in a little bit. There we go. too many. I just think it's nice to do a few little bits. There we go. Let's have a look at that. Okay. I'm not going to do anything else with that now. I think that's enough with just that little bit of gold. The only thing I'm going to do is sign it. Here we go. So I'm just going to put my initials there. All right, and put a little dot after it. There you go. So that's our tile 120. Do you know, I really like it. I think it's lovely. I love how the blue is in the background. It almost like splashes out. I think definitely I'll be doing a few more of those backgrounds. I think it's worked really well. So absolutely. Oh, Lisa, you could tangle on your block. You can use the same pens. Obviously different colour pencils depending on, but you can tangle on your blocks, honestly. If you're not sure, speak to Leslie, because Leslie's done it. So a couple of little things before you go today is, of course, we've got our tile swap, woohoo, number 3 on Monday. However, on Monday, I've got to leave here at 2 o'clock because they've asked me to do that sort of preview show before the pick of the day on Tuesday. So I'm going to be on Create and Craft at 6 and I have to be there for 4. So if it's okay with everybody, I'm going to bring the tile swap forward to 1 o'clock just on this occasion because I don't want us to miss it and I don't want us to sort of lose that consistency. So we'll still be doing the tile swap, but just an hour earlier. And I did promise you that I would sort of show you a little bit. I'm not going to show you everything because we have to have a few surprises. So our pick of the day, it did change a little bit, but that's okay. I just want to show you, let's have a look. This is one of the pieces of artwork or something you could actually create from the pick of the day new. They're called concept stencils because these are all about you doing your thing with them. So here's the original artwork, there we go, for one of the concept stencils. And let me see if I can find it. Here we go. So this one is that stencil there, but not only do you get just that bit, you actually get the outline as well, so you can ink in and out. And of course you've got extra little bits, and there's a few of those. But I've actually created a card with that. Here we go. So that's just, you know, one of the cards you can make. It's just lovely, isn't it, when you think it's just triangles. And a couple of others. This is one that Ree's done. Here we go. There we go. And I don't know if you've brought the, you know, the new butterfly collection from Hunky Dory. I know I did. So I've actually used one of the concepts. There we go. And I've actually mixed it in with some of the Hunky Dory papers. Look at that blue paper. That foiling, yeah. But it just works. And of course there's one of the half tiles there. And then it wouldn't be right if I didn't show you one of Leslie's. Let me just have a quick look at, see where we are. Oh, Leslie did a star one. Here we go. So here we go. So it just shows you can do something a little bit different with them. So there's a couple of those on there and a couple of other bits and pieces that you might like. So I will be on at 6 o'clock on Monday with the sort of the preview, and then pick of the day on Tuesday. So if you're in and about, it'd be lovely to see you there, and obviously try and get some of your pictures shown on the TV. That would be lovely. But for now, we're on to this one. You've got number 120. So have a bit of fun with it, you know, and just enjoy it. Just see where it goes. Try it with, you know, a little bit of different colours, and yeah, let's see how it goes. So, all right, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will speak to you again at 1 o'clock on Monday for the tile swap. All right, you take care. Bye.